makes them really cute or even famous. Scientists tried to study these beautiful little monsters and couldn't find an answer to all their questions. Just wait until you see a dog who lived a beautiful life with only 2 legs. If you love animals as much as we do, don't forget to subscribe and please give this video a big thumbs up. Today we are showing you 10 monsters science cannot explain. The two-faced cats. Who said that monsters couldn't be cute? If you want a lot of cats, you could get 2 for the price of 1. Frank and Louie, also named Frank and Louie, were born with 2 faces instead of 1. They are what we call a Janus cat, inspired by the Roman god who is often portrayed with 2 faces. Scientists don't clearly understand what could cause that. They know that a variety of genetic mechanisms and too many proteins could be responsible for this unique characteristic, but they can't find a specific cause. Sharing the same brain and having only 1 esophagus is probably what gave these cats a chance to survive. Two-faced animals are extremely rare, and this is why Frank and Louie keep making the news. But what is even more incredible is that they lived until the age of 15, until they passed away in 2014. This is how they held the Guinness Book of World Records title for the longest-lived Janus cat. Two-faced animals don't usually live for a long time due to health problems. Moreover, they are often abandoned or even eaten by their mother after birth because of their difference. But Frank and Louie had the chance to live a beautiful life with their compassionate owner. They lived as long as any other cat would, and we bet that they were smiling twice as much as other animals. The octogoat. What happens when a goat has a baby with an octopus? Nothing. This is impossible. But this is probably what many people thought when they saw this unique creature. This goat was born with 8 legs in Croatia. It was also both male and female. When a farmer saw this, he couldn't believe his eyes. He counted the legs many times and even called his neighbor to make sure that he wasn't dreaming. The goat was trying to stand up on its 8 legs, but wasn't strong enough yet. Unfortunately, unique little monsters like this don't have a lot of chances to survive, but if they make it to a week, they are likely to live for up to 3 years. Veterinarians think that this double goat was caused by an underdeveloped twin sibling. They would have grown up in the same body, causing the animal to have 8 legs and 2 biological genders. It is like 2 goats mixed together, but it is still difficult to clearly understand what happened in the womb. And the farmer doesn't see it as a monster. He said that the birth of the creature was a miracle of nature, and we have to agree with him. If it were still alive after 1 week, he would like to keep it as a pet. We don't know what happened to this beautiful creature, but we want to give it a name. We would call it Octavio or Octavia. We'll let it choose the gender that it prefers. If you want to watch just one more video, the Premium is the platform where you should go. Get early access to videos from The Things, The Taco, The Trendy, The Richest, and many other great channels in one place with ad-free browsing. Click this link to sign up for free to the Premium and get ready to binge watch videos from your favorite channels. The headless chicken. Why did the chicken cross the road? To get to the other side. But what if this joke was darker than what we imagined? What if the chicken actually wanted to get hit by a car to go to heaven? You'll never look at this joke the same way again. But fortunately, one chicken survived when a farmer tried to cut its head. Usually, when you cut the head of a chicken, it can appear to live for up to 15 minutes as the legs keep moving. But wait until you see what happened to this chicken called Mike. On September 10th, 1945, Lloyd Olson and his wife were cutting the heads of chickens on their farm, but one of them did something that they didn't expect. The chicken was still alive and just casually walking around, even though there was no head on its shoulders. They put it in a box, thinking that its life would end there. But when they woke up the next morning, Mike was still alive. When people learned about this, the local newspaper decided to report this weird event, and someone invited the couple to travel all around the country with this little miracle. They kept Mike alive by feeding him with liquid food directly into his esophagus and clearing mucus from his throat. This is how the chicken lived for 18 months without a head, beating the odds and proving that everything is possible. The Hindu god. Some people are terrified when they see something different. Ignorance leads to fear, and fear leads to hate. This is why any creature that stands out from others could be rejected. But this is not what this Indian community thought when they saw this little monster. They took what nature offered them and decided to honor it. This creature born from a cow had human-like features. It had a nose, ears, and eyes similar to ours. This is what made many people believe that it was an avatar of God. Unfortunately, this animal passed away an hour after it was brought to this world. But Indians made sure that its short life would be remembered for a long time. They placed it in a glass box so everyone could see it. It wasn't long before everyone in the city, and even people from the neighboring villages, wanted to see this unique baby. They came there to seek its blessing and offer it flowers. Thousands of people came to visit this little god. The creature was cremated 3 days after, and a little temple was built for it. So we know what religious people think of this animal. But what about scientists? They said that a gene simply didn't develop properly and caused the abnormality, but we're still missing a lot of details to clearly understand why this calf was born like that. What if God really made no mistake and wanted people to be reunited around this animal to celebrate the beauty of nature? The three-headed frog. We have already seen a cat with two faces and a twin who developed in the body of a goat. But just when you thought that it couldn't get weirder, nature surprised us one more time. This frog doesn't only have one face, or even two. It has 3 heads and 6 legs. The creature was found in the garden of a nursery. The staff caught it and placed it in a tank. Everyone was fascinated by this little creature. A woman who works at the nursery said that she wanted to call the frogs good, bad, and ugly, but the kids decided to name it Froggy instead. The animal quickly became famous, and many people went to the nursery to take a look at it. Scientists had never heard of an animal like this before. They said that mutant frogs had been reported for the past 200 years, but a frog with 3 heads is really rare. They think that it might have been caused by a parasite or a genetic defect. Pollution could also be responsible for that, as it had an impact on the frog's hormones. Unfortunately, before they could find an answer to all of their questions, the little celebrity had disappeared, hopping out of its tank. We don't know if they had the chance to capture it, or if Froggy simply hopped away from all this attention. The four-legged duck. Are you ready for another dose of cuteness? Since its birth, Stumpy has been one of the most famous little ducks. Born in February 2007, he surprised his owners who couldn't believe what they were seeing. When they wanted to look at it to see if it were a male or a female, they saw something else on its bottom. With 4 legs, this creature fascinated everyone who thought that this difference made him adorable. Stumpy wasn't supposed to live for a long time because of his mutation and had no chance to survive in nature, but he made the news again months later when people saw that he had survived. With the good care of its owner, the animal learned to walk on only 2 of its legs. He is not allowed to walk around on the farm because his owner is afraid that its legs might get caught somewhere. This is why a big pen was made to keep it safe, and it seems to be happier than ever. Stumpy loves the attention it's getting. The duck appeared on television and photo shoots to celebrate the fact that it is still alive. It also helped scientists by offering a blood sample so they could study genetic mutations. And this story has a happy ending. Stumpy found love. It had been paired up with a female duck named Alice. We can't wait to see what the little baby ducks look like. The 5-legged cow. There's nothing wrong with being different, and this confident cow knows it. If we were born with a 3rd leg, most of us would probably try to hide it, but this cow with a 5th leg knew that there was nothing to be ashamed of, and its owner gave it the chance to celebrate its difference. The cow is a holy animal in India, and they call it their mother. This is why its owner thinks that the cow holds the essence of Hindu religion, as the manifestation of the Hindu deity. He thinks that God is sending a message in his 5th leg to tell them to respect the animal, and touching its 5th leg would bring us good luck. People from far-off districts used to go to his home to see the cow, seek blessing, and make donations. This is why the owner had to find another way to show the cow to everyone. He said that he wanted all of the humanity to benefit from the blessings of the mother cow and its 5th leg. At 4 years old, the cow was taken on a tour in India, and it got the attention of many people. The owner already visited 6 states and 15 major cities, and the animal is always really popular. Hundreds of people wanted to see it at each location. And there is something that we should learn from this beautiful cow. Our difference is our greatest strength. The unicow. Who said that unicorns don't exist? Just because you haven't seen one doesn't mean that it's impossible for them to live on this planet. Or maybe we just don't know what we should be looking for. What if unicorns looked like cows instead of horses? If you don't believe us, just look at what we are going to call the unicow. The animal was born in Uzbekistan with 2 normal horns on the side of its head and another one on its forehead. At first, the farmer was afraid that the cow would be rejected by the others because of its difference. But instead, the little cow used its 3rd horn to bully other calves and poke them out of the way. That's not what you should do, little cow. Fortunately, this 3rd horn doesn't cause any trouble to the cow. It just has to work on its behavior, and it is going to live a happy life, just like the other animals. But why was it born like that? Is it a sign that magical creatures really do exist? Many people thought that the 3rd horn was a sign of pollution and its effect on the natural world. But other people loved that this animal was born this way and wanted other cows to be bred like it. Wouldn't it be great to create a new breed of unicows? The 2-legged dog. Have you ever heard that life would never put more on you than you can handle? It means that whatever challenge you have to face in life, there will always be a way to get through it, even if it is really hard. And to inspire you, we'll tell you the story of Faith, the 2-legged dog. When her owner Katie saw the 3-week-old pup with 2 legs and a deformation, she didn't think that she would survive the night. A vet even suggested euthanasia, but Katie decided to take her back home instead. She described Faith as tiny and adorable. She knew that this little dog needed help. They amputated the deformed leg and nursed the little puppy to make sure that it felt better. Then, the next challenge was to find a way to let the dog move around without groveling on the floor. Otherwise, it couldn't survive. They used peanut butter to motivate her to sit, and they were surprised to see that she accomplished that goal very quickly. And then, everyone was shocked when they saw that the dog also learned to walk on her 2 legs. During her life, Faith visited a lot of veterans and hospitals, and many of them broke up in tears. The dog was proof that if an animal can go through this, they can do it too. Faith passed away in 2014 after changing the lives of many people. The half-human, half-beast. Some little monsters are terrifyingly cute. Others are treated like gods. And some are less lucky than others. But that doesn't mean that we should treat them differently, as every creature deserves love. When this creature was born from a sheep, people thought that it was sent from hell. It looked like a fat, deformed, naked child. More than 4,000 people in South Africa were convinced that the animal was the result of witchcraft and bestiality. They panicked so much that they asked experts to take care of the situation, and it quickly caught the attention of veterinarians. They immediately confirmed that it was not a hoax, but not the devil either. It might look like a human, but it has nothing to do with it. It is simply impossible for a man to have a baby with a sheep, because the animal has 28 pairs of chromosomes, and we only have 23 pairs. It was simply a severely deformed lamb. It was probably infected by a fever at an early stage of the pregnancy. Unfortunately, the creature was not alive when it was born, but we hope that it is in a better world now. If you found a unique little monster like any of those on this list, would you like to adopt them? Don't be shy to tell us what you think in the comment section down below. And that's it for 10 monsters science cannot explain. If you want to see more stories like this,